I'm doing so good. I know you hate it. To all my haters. What did he say? To the non-believers, the overachievers, the tweet and deleters. A tour like this, someone has trusted my personal brand and my words so implicitly, they have decided to come out and see me. And my gift back to them is my true, authentic self. I just love the gift of communicating and like being in community with people. And that is what has made this tour so worth it. I'm also feeling really sad. My dad's been dead 16 years now and I don't think about him often. But on a night like tonight, it's proper like, oh my gosh, I wish my dad was here. Because this is the stuff that he would boast about and not on a small scale. He'd like print t-shirts for people at his workplace. My hope for Manifesto, or rather my hope for its impact on its readers, is a good little like hold in the throat, not inciting physical violence, but in a metaphorical sense. It's really easy for whatever reason to just be defeated by the world. To just be like, well, cool. Do you know what I mean? I hope this book inspires people to give it one last try and a proper try. Stop being half-arsed about your own life, you know? Yeah, a little bit of gusto, some energy, some balls. Like if she could do it, there must be something I can muster here. As I sit here, knowing that we're about to like birth Manifesto and hundreds of people are gonna come. Hi Will, what's up? Peanut M&Ms, shit ton of Prosecco. What do you guys want? Do you want anything? Let's not forget where we're from. Show us the way to go. You said there must come and feed my enemies land. I'm gonna do it. You said that shit. Small crowd, say 200, 250. Yeah. Tonight's about 700. Wow. And it was so good that I have not slept. Okay. I just went back to the hotel so wired. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that was only 200 people. Yeah, so tonight you're going to be buzzed all week. Bro, I'm just like... So I've been meeting my audience more and more, and I've got to say, in real life is where it's at. I can appreciate that people are probably watching this on a social media platform, but I'm so over that. Meeting people in real life is what keeps the engine going, you know? And it's astounding to me how varied my audience is. Last night's show, there were so many men, white men, who just like bought a ticket by themselves. And they're like in the crowd nodding their head off. And I'm like, we could be no different. And yet there's something you see in this authenticity or this vitality that you connect with. That's really interesting. And of course, to the audience members that look like me, I'm proud that them seeing me live so boldly frees them, because they tell me that a lot, especially older black women who are like 50 plus. They're like, we are so proud that you understand the privilege of your freedom and you're using it to develop a safe space for women that look like you first and foremost. Because I said it at last night's show, right? I do invite everyone in, but if you don't look like me, you don't get VIP seats. You can kind of just hang out in the back and be quiet. But you can't like take up, metaphorically, the front seats and like have a loud opinion, you know? I think I'm being very graceful with that, given that, again, people like me typically don't have a safe space.
Don't get any seat. Just see you.
I'm screaming. Can't make out shit here, man. Don't be back there. It's my baby. I am very excited to be here. I'm very excited for tonight and what it's going to be. Let's do it all together. Look at these. A big hug.
So because of the work I do, people engage with me really deeply, you know, and they come in the most loving, beautiful way, you know, giving me their entire life story, which I appreciate and I always have time for. I simply could never be the person that's like, I don't have time for you right now. It's just not, I'm a Pisces, it's not in my genetic makeup. I'm always gonna perhaps overgive, but I have had to be stricter about my boundaries online, so people don't just like trauma dump and leave, and then I'm left with these messages. But I think there's such a beautiful connection in real life that I'll be honest, I don't know how to be boundaried in that way yet. My team are so good at that, at saying, no, you can't have a book signing tonight. It's 800 people. People don't just want a signature. They want a half an hour conversation. We'll be here till tomorrow. That's not something I would think about. And so I allow my team to lead in that way. And this isn't to say that I don't have bad days. So the last time I did something of this nature, I did a book signing. I had a really heavy period and I bled through my clothes. And I just closed up my coat and stayed an extra 3 hours. Do you know how insane that is? And then I saw one of the women I spoke to that day a couple of weeks later, and she was like, oh my God, you know, what you said changed my life, da, 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 da. And I laughed and I was like, that's so funny, because I was just bleeding through my clothes. And she was like, you what? I was like, yeah. Real life stuff is always happening, but I meet my audience and it even trumps my issues in that moment.
Cool.
This is unreal. Touring my own name, Will.
It's good, isn't it? You deserve it as well.
Get that on fucking camera, mate.
Don't get too close. Break the camera.
Will said you deserve it. Damn right.
So yeah, over the course of my career, I've worn so many hats: podcaster, TV presenter, writer. But I think they all add up to my gift of communication. And I think, not being biased and not being egotistical, I was sent here to be one of our generation's best communicators, hands down. And so looking towards the future, it means more of this, selling out bigger stadiums, having like inspirational, life-changing talks in real life. And you know, I hope people don't get upset. It's just because I don't have anyone else to reference but, you know, Brené Brown, Mel Robbins. Soon someone will say Brené Brown, Mel Robbins, Candice Brathwaite. But we don't have a black female archetype, especially in the UK, doing that or moving people in that way. And so that for me is like the final hurdle. Look at you not just looking at the monitor. You know, like, do I sound crazy? Oh well. You've got to be crazy to get here.